Good morning, children. Welcome to your biology class. Crop production and management, part 2. Children, can I ask few questions from our last class? Okay. What is meant by agriculture? What is meant by crop? What are the crops that are divided according to season? Give some examples of crops that are grown in rainy season. Give some examples that are grown in winter season. Give some examples of crops that are grown in summer season. Children, what are the main practices in agriculture? Yes, that is first step, preparation of soil. Second one, sowing. Next, adding manures and fertilizers. Irrigation, weeding, harvesting, storage. These are the 7 main steps are there, practices. First one, preparation of soil. Second one, sowing. Third one, adding manures and fertilizers. Fourth, irrigation. Fifth, weeding. Sixth, harvesting. And storage. Children, do you know the importance of agricultural nowadays? The importance of farmer, the role of the farmer in the country. Farmers are the backbone of India, not only India, any country. So cultivation is one of the style of life. So our population is nearly 135 crores. So in future, if we want food, we start concentrating and giving importance to the agriculture. Okay, children? Then, what is the first step in the preparation of agriculture? That is preparation of soil. Preparation of soil. So, what is preparation of soil? We make or prepare the soil for the crop, for sowing seeds. We make it ready. We make it ready, the soil, for sowing. That is preparation. Then, what is the use of the preparation of soil? First one, turning and loosening of soil is very important for cultivation of crops. Soil. Turning and loosening of soil is very important for cultivation of crops. What is turning and what is loosening? Why? We have to turn the soil and we have to loosen the soil. Children, you know that soil contains minerals and compost up to few centimeters depth only. The crops or the plants consume these nutrients and minerals. That's why the upper layer of the soil becomes deficiency of nutrients. The nutrients level decreases in the superficial layer of the upper layer of the soil. That's why the inner layer of the soil, if we bring to up, so these minerals present in the inner layer of the soil are useful for the crops. That's why we turn the soil from down to up, inner layer to upper layer. We bring the soil from inner layer to upper layer. Next one, loosening, also very important. Because of moisture or rain, all the soil particles combine and form into a rock-like structure. It becomes hard. The root system, roots cannot penetrate, that means pass down. The roots cannot move down into the soil because of this hardness. So by loosening the soil, the roots can easily penetrate, that means move inside the soil. Next, children, so if the soil particles are loose, we find some gaps between the soil particles, among the soil particles. These spaces are filled with air and water. So the root system can easily absorb oxygen and water. Next, we know some microorganisms live in soil. These are helpful to the plants. But by loosening the soil, these microorganisms also get oxygen, air, water easily. One of the worm, that is red worm, earthworm. So they live in the soil. If the soil is hard, they cannot move easily in the soil. So if the soil is loosened, the earthworm, roundworm and other insects move easily in the soil. They make tunnels in the soil, burrows in the soil. So air and water can easily enter into the soil. So if the soil is loosened, these insects can easily live in the soil. So it is one of the advantages. Why? Because earthworms. Last year you studied about compost, vermicompost. So the earthworm changes the dead and decaying bodies into compost. So it quickly changes the dead and decaying bodies into compost. This is called vermicompost. It is a good manure to the soil, natural manure to the soil. And one kind of bacteria, rhizobium bacteria, lives in the root system of leguminous plants. So this converts the nitrogen into ammonia, soluble and usable form of nitrogens, nitrates. So this is another advantage of turning and loosening the soil. And the soil contains many minerals, potassium, calcium, phosphorus, sodium. So all these minerals are present inner layer of the soil. By turning up, we can bring these minerals to the superficial layers. So this is the advantage of turning and loosening of soil. So what is this process? The process of loosening and turning of the soil is called tilling or plowing. What is the process? This process is called tilling or plowing. Okay, children? Turning and loosening of the soil is very, very important. And this turning and loosening of soil is called tilling or plowing. Now, what is plow? It is one of the agricultural tool, important agricultural tool. The plow is made up of wood and drawn by a pair of bullocks or other animals. So in India, we use bullocks. In other countries and other states, some of the Indian states, they use horse, camels. So the main part of the plow is a long log of wood, which is called a plow shaft. Plow shaft, a long log of wood. It is called plow shaft. There is a handle at one end of the shaft. The other end is attached to a beam which is placed on the bull's neck. So bulls are used to pull the plow. That's why there is a beam. So the long log is attached to the beam, and the plow consists of strong triangular iron strip. This iron strip is called plowshare. Plowshare. It is made up of metal. Can you tell? Entire plow is made up of wood. Only this share is made up of metal. Yes, correct answer. So this part inside present, this part remains in the soil. So it penetrates the soil. To penetrate easily, to prevent the breaking, if wooden piece is there, easily the wooden piece may break. That's why we use iron strip. And the plow is used since ancient times for tilling the soil, that is plowing the soil, loosening the soil. And plow also used for adding fertilizers to the crop. Plow also important for adding sowing seeds. Plow is used for removing the weeds and turning the soil. So, one pair of bulls and a man can easily operate the plow. Okay, children? Now, here you see, this is improvised plow. It is mostly made up of metals. So nowadays we are using this improvised plow, indigenous wooden plow. So it saves our time and it long lasts. Generally, three main tools are used in the agricultural. The second one is hoe. Hoe. It is a simple tool which is used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. Tool. It has a long rod of wood or iron. A strong, broad and bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its ends and works like a blade. It is pulled by animals. This is hoe. Hoe is mainly used for removing weeds. Children, what are weeds? Weeds are nothing but these are unwanted plants that are grown along with the main crop. Now, the next tool, cultivator. So nowadays, plowing is done by tractor driven cultivator. This is also one of the plow. So it contains 10 to 12 plows and made up of iron and it is attached to the tractor. So the cultivator is useful and it saves our time and labor. Now, next thing. Children, you may find some rocks, mud stones. These are not very hard, but due to the moisture or rain water, all the soil particles, they bound and form into a rock, mud rock. So these are not good for proper growth of plants or germination of the seeds. We have to remove them. To remove these mud rocks are called crumbs, C-R-U-M-B-S, crumbs. These mud rocks are called crumbs. It is necessary to break these crumbs with a plank. This is another agricultural tool, plank. There is a wooden plank. It is also drawn by bulls or tractor. And the field is level for sowing well as for irrigation purpose. Leveling the field is very, very important. If the field is not level or uneven surface, what will happen? Can you expect? If our floor in the house uneven, what are the problems we are facing? So while washing our floor, the water may stay at a particular area or particular corner because of uneven surface. In the same way, in the fields also, while watering or during the rainy season, the water stay at a particular corner because of uneven surface. So we have to level the field. By leveling the field, water can easily spread throughout the field, entire the field. So this leveling is done by another tool that is called leveler. What is that one? Leveler. Now next, that is preparation of soil. So what is preparation of soil? Make it ready for the cultivation. So in the preparation of soil, there are two things very important, that is turning and loosening of the soil, that is tilling or plowing. So turning and loosening of the soil important because the plants gets all the nutrients, roots can penetrate deep into the soil, root system easily get oxygen and water, and organisms living in the soil move freely and they make soil fertile. The main tools used in the preparation of soil are: first one, plow, hoe, cultivator, wooden plank and leveler. Now the second thing, that is sowing seeds. First step, preparation of soil. Second one, sowing seeds. It is very important. It is very important. So here the tool used for traditionally sowing seeds used shaped like a funnel. Shaped like a funnel. The seeds are filled in the funnel, passed down through 2 or 3 pipes having sharp ends. These ends piece, that means go inside, piece into the soil and place the seeds there. You see the picture, children. Here is a funnel shaped structure and the farmer is putting seeds. The seeds are passing down through 2 or 3 pipe-like structures. So this other end of the pipe peels in the soil and it places the seeds inside the soil. This is traditional method. The another method, that is seed drill. Here we use nearly 10 to 12 plow-like structures. It is made up of completely metal, iron. So this is called seed drill. Here seed drill is used for sowing with the help of tractor. The seed drill is drawn by tractor and this tool sows the seeds uniformly at proper distances and depths. The sowing seeds is very important. While we are sowing, we have to take care about the depth of the seed and the distances between rows and between the lines. That's important. Depth is important. Why? Because if the seed is placed too depth, it cannot get air and sunlight. If the seed is placed on the surface of the soil, birds may come and eat. That's why uniform depth is important and rows are important. Rows, lines, the distance between the each row and the distance between the each line is very important. It should be in the uniform. So this seed drill ensures that seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. It prevents the damage caused by birds. Sowing by using a seed drill saves time and labor. Here you see the person is also sowing the seeds by using hand. Now, sowing is the most important part of crop production. So, we need seeds to sow for sowing. Before sowing, good quality seeds are collected. Here this is important, qualitative seeds. What is good and quality seeds? The good quality seeds are clean and healthy seeds and good variety. Why the farmers prefer to use the qualitative seeds? So, if the seeds are clean, the crop cannot get any disease and it is healthy. It can germinate and the plant can grow healthily and give high yield. That's why farmers prefer to use seeds which give a high yield. How can you select the high quality seeds? How can you select high quality seeds? Yes. See, there is a small activity. There is a small activity. You collect some seeds, paddy or grams, whatever it may be, and you pour into a glass of water and stir it well. Leave for some time, 30 minutes or 40 minutes. What do you observe? What do you observe? Are the seeds float on the surface of the water? Yes. Some seeds float on surface of water and some seeds sink in the water and reaches the bottom. Yes. Then what is your observation? Why seeds are float on the surface of the water? Why some seeds sink in the water, move to depth? Because the seeds which are spoiled, damaged seeds, the damaged seeds become hollow and are thus lighter. So insects eat away the seeds. So some tunnels, burrows are formed, pits are formed in the seeds. Because of this, they become lighter. That's why these seeds are not good for sowing. So these seeds float on the water. So we can easily separate. Now the seeds which are good, they move down, sink in the water. So we can easily select the high quality seeds. Children, if the seeds are not good, we may find some fungus, some insects in the seeds. For example, you observe in our house, you bring some grams or some paddy seeds, keep it 2 or 3 months without using. After that, you will find small insects moving inside the seeds, and also you also find fungus. So these fungus or insects eat away the seeds and reduce the quality of the seeds, and these are not good for sowing. Now, seeds of a few plants such as paddy are first grown in a nursery. When they grow into plantlets, they are transplanted to the field manually. Some seeds are sown in the field directly, but some seeds like paddy, first they are grown in the nurseries. After that, these plantlets are transferred to the fields by manually they transplanted. Some forest plants and flowering plants are also grown in the nursery. We often visit the nursery to buy the plants, ornamental plants, some flowering plants, they are available there. So, same method, they develop the new plants by the method of layering, cutting, grafting. Last year, reproduction in the plants, we learned all these vegetative propagations. So, some methods they develop the plants and we buy them from the nursery. So, while we are transplanting these plantlets, an appropriate distance between the seeds is important to avoid overcoming of plants. Overcrowding of plants, overcrowding. So, if the seeds are overcrowded, what will happen? Only few seeds can get water, sunlight, nutrients. Remaining seeds cannot get. There is a competition among those seeds in the crowd. That's why only few seeds can germinate, remaining will die. That's why we should maintain appropriate distance between the seeds. So, if the seeds are overcrowded, they will not get sufficient sunlight, nutrients and water from the soil. If the seeds are sowed with appropriate distances, uniform distances, so this allows plants to get sufficient sunlight, nutrients and water from the soil. Sometimes a few plants have to be removed to prevent overcrowding. If the seeds are overcrowded or plants are overcrowded, we remove some plants and we take it away, we remove them. So this is today's class, children. We have learned 2 steps, that is preparation of soil and sowing seeds. Children, if you understand, good. Otherwise, watch the video 2 or 3 more times, then you start writing worksheet. Children, textbook reading is very, very important. Reading 1 or 2 times is not enough. If you read 1 or 2 times textbook, you will get only 50 to 60% of content. If you want to get 100% of content, you must read minimum 5 times. Textbook reading is very, very important. No guide or no notes will help you. Only you will get content, complete, entire content from textbook only. That too by reading several times. You have to read line to line. You have to understand line to line. So textbook reading is very, very important. If you have textbook, okay. Otherwise, you download from net. NCERT textbook. If you type like this, you will come it will appear. You download it. Okay, children, all the best. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching.